Hello, dear learners. Welcome back to English Edu Claz. I'm your friend, Professor Venkata Ramu.B.R. Today, let us practice direct to indirect speech using solved exercises straight from your textbook. Stay with me till the end. I will guide you through each question step by step. Ready? Let us begin. And now we are going to practice solved exercise on direct and indirect speech, focusing on assertive sentences. Here is exercise A. Reread the following sentences in indirect speech. Try to use reporting verbs such as assure and promise, which indicate the function performed by the reported sentences. First, Hassan said, I am returning to Nagpur next Saturday. So, in indirect speech, we say, Hassan assured me that he was returning to Nagpur the following Saturday. See, simple and clear. Next up, if I see Jay, I shall certainly bring him here, said Dr. Singh. So we change it to Dr. Singh promises that if he saw Jay, he would certainly bring him there. Remember, we used promised because he is giving assurance. Moving on, the birds are flying away, Kavita says. And in the indirect speech, Kavita says that the birds are flying away. Since it is in present tense, the verb stays the same. No change in tense is needed. Easy, right? Let us go to the next one. Helen writes very well, said her friend. So we say, her friend assured her that Helen wrote very well. Now, I said to the men, you can keep your boxes in the room. This becomes, I told the men that they could keep their boxes in the room. Here, said to changes to told. Can changes to could. That's important. Easy? Alright. Korean built a house in my village last year, said Chinnu. In indirect speech, Chinnu said that Korean had built a house in his village the previous year. See how last year becomes the previous year? Watch the past tense shift carefully. Keep that in mind. Let us look at the next sentence. Everybody will say to them, you did a great job. So report it as everybody will tell them that they did a great job. Notice future tense reporting. No tense change because it is future tense. So the structure stays simple. Clear? Next, the officer said some of the animals have been saved. In indirect speech, the officer said that some of the animals had been saved. Here, have been becomes had been. Perfect tense becomes past perfect here. Easy transition. Let us continue. The teacher said, Hitler became the Chancellor of Germany in 1933. So we say, the teacher said that Hitler had become the Chancellor of Germany in 1933. Stated fits beautifully as a reporting verb here. So no date change here, but the verb shifts back, got it. Moving forward, Sonia has been looking after my child since yesterday, said the woman. That becomes, the woman said that Sonia had been looking after her child since the previous day. What? How? Yesterday changes to the previous day. Important tip. Now look at this one. Let us have a farewell dinner for our chairperson, the director said. So we say, the director proposed having a farewell dinner for their chairperson. Let us becomes proposed having. That is the trick here. And finally, Sunita said to me, your letter will not reach me as I am leaving the city today. So we report it like this. Sunita told me that my letter would not reach her because she was leaving the city that day. Notice all the small shifts in words like today changes to that day and will becomes would. Perfect. Well done, everyone. We have gone through all the sentences together. We are now going to practice some more solid exercises on direct and indirect speech. This time focusing on questions. Let us go through them one by one, nice and easy. Ready? Let us get started. Exercise B. Reread the following sentences in indirect speech. Let us begin with the first one. The nurse said to the patient, "Has her pain become worse?" The nurse asked the patient if the pain had become worse. Simple shift here. Notice the question becomes statement form. Moving on to the second one. Did you know that I am your cousin's colleague? Said Kala to me. Kala asked me if I knew that she was my cousin's colleague. See how did you know changes to if I knew. Keep that in mind. Now the third one. He said to you, "What is the price of this tray?" He asked you what the price of the tray was. Is becomes was and the question word stays. Next, let us check the fourth one. Are you walking with me to the beach? The boy said to his friends. The boy asked his friends if they were walking with him to the beach. Remember, are you becomes they were in reported speech. Coming to the fifth one now. Where was Alka when the telephone rang? They said to him. They asked him where Alka had been when the telephone rang. Notice a shift from was to had been. That is important. Let us go on to the number 6. Anju said to Neil, which shirt did you send to the laundry? Anju asked Neil which shirt he had sent to the laundry. Simple change here. Did you send becomes he had sent. Now let's look at the seventh one. Everybody will say to her, how does it feel to be home? Everybody will ask her how it feels to be at home. Because it is in future tense, will say. So we keep the present tense feels. Next comes the number 8. Do you practice regularly? Said the coach to the athlete. The coach asked the athlete if he practiced regularly. Do you changes to he practiced? An easy but important shift. Coming up now in number 9, the guest said, why is the room so stuffy? The guest wondered why the room was so stuffy. Wonder is a nice reporting verb here instead of just asked. And finally, the last one. When can you meet me? Prem said to his daughter. Prem asked his daughter when she can meet him. Simple question word remains and can becomes good. And that is it, my dear learners. We have now solved all the questions on converting direct to indirect speech, especially for questions. All right, my dear learners. Now let us move on to next set of exercises from your textbook, labeled as Exercise C. These sentences include requests, commands, and exclamations. So let us tackle them carefully, step by step. Are you ready? Let us dive in. First, let us start with sentence number 1. Tony said to his teacher, please give me another day to complete my work. So, Tony requested to his teacher to give him another day to complete his work. Remember, whenever you say please, it usually turns into requested in indirect speech. Moving on to the second one now. Take the certificate that you left here 2 days ago, said the principal to the student. The principal told the student to take the certificate that he had left there 2 days ago. Notice how the action turns into command using told. Next, let us check the third one. Don't eat fruits and vegetables without first washing them, said Lola to us. Lola advised us not to eat fruits and vegetables without first washing them. So here, don't becomes advised not to. A good tip to remember. Coming to the fourth one. The general said to the soldiers, take up positions to defend our camp against the enemy. The general instructed the soldiers to take up positions to defend their camp against the enemy. See how said becomes instructed because it's a command. Let us move on to number 5 now. Let the old people, the women, and the children be allowed to go unharmed, said the pilot. The pilot said that the old people, women, and children should be allowed to go unharmed. Notice how let becomes should be allowed in reported speech. Next up in sentence 6. How fortunate it is that you are here, said Basant to his brother. Basant asked his brother how fortunate it was that he was there. Here, an exclamation changes into an indirect speech. Interesting, right? Let us proceed to number 7 now. The managing director said, Mr. Gupta, will you be going to Sri Lanka next month? There is an international conference on herbal medicine in Colombo on the 15th. The managing director asked Mr. Gupta if he would be going to Sri Lanka next month, mentioning the international conference on herbal medicine in Colombo on the 15th. This one is a little longer, but the structure stays same. Just stay calm and break it into parts. Coming to the 8th one. What a pleasant surprise. I was longing to see you, said Shruti to her mother. Shruti said to her mother that it was a pleasant surprise and that she had been longing to see her. Again, exclamation gets reported as a statement. Easy, isn't it? Now let's look at number 9. Uncle said, Sharon, let us leave the car at the service station. Uma will pick it up tomorrow evening. Uncle told Sharon to leave the car at the service station because Uma would pick it up the next evening. Here, let us turns into an instruction told Sharon to. And finally, number 10, Meenu said to them, please sit down. Did you want to speak to me about something? Meenu asked them to sit down and inquired if they wanted to speak to her about something. Notice, we are using both asked and inquired here to cover both parts of the sentence. And that's it, friends. We have completed all the sentences in exercise C. By now, I am sure you are getting more comfortable and changing direct to indirect speech, whether it's a request, command, or an exclamation. All right, dear learners. Now it is time to switch things up a bit. In exercise D, we will practice changing sentences back from indirect speech to direct speech. So let us go through them carefully, one by one. Ready? Let us begin. Let us start with the first sentence. Tanya requested her friend to lend her an umbrella. So in direct speech, Tanya said to her friend, please lend me an umbrella. Remember, requested often turns into please when we change it back to direct speech. Moving on to number 2. They told me that I could take the boat that was going to the Andaman Islands. They said to me, you can take the boat that is going to Andaman Islands. Notice how could changes back to can and was becomes is. Let us continue with the third one. Padma congratulated Franson on his promotion. Padma said to Franson, congratulations on your promotion. An easy one. Just remember to add that exclamation mark for excitement. Now the fourth one. The officer asked the passenger if she had anything to declare. The officer asked the passenger, do you have anything to declare? So here, had changes back to do you have. Let us check out number 5 now. Shah said that his mother would leave the next day. Shah said, my mother will leave tomorrow. Notice would becomes will and the next day turns into tomorrow. On to the sixth one. We promised Rashmi that we would meet her there. We said to Rashmi, we will meet you there. So simple. Just flip it back to the present way of speaking. Now, let us move on to number 7. He asked me whether I played cards. He asked me, do you play cards? Yes. Questions starting with whether or if change back into regular question form. Now for sentence 8, Niti apologized to Shobha for losing her bracelet. Niti said to Shobha, I am sorry for losing your bracelet. Just like that, apologized becomes I am sorry. Almost there. Here is number 9. The girl told her brother that they were late for the meeting. The girl said to her brother, we are late for the meeting. 15. They were goes back to we are. And finally, number 10. Aman told the salesperson that he was looking for Dan Brown's latest novel. Aman told the salesperson, I am looking for Dan Brown's latest novel. Here again, he was becomes I am. And there we go. We have successfully completed all the exercises in the English textbook of Bengaluru North University prescribed for second semester. Now you have seen how to change sentences from direct to indirect speech and also back into direct speech. Nice and easy when you get the hang of it. If this practice helped you, don't forget to like and share this with your friends and subscribe to English Edu Claz for more useful lessons. And yes, keep watching because more practice videos are coming your way. Till then, keep learning, keep smiling. See you. Take care. Bye.